Forgot my gavel. Call the meeting to order. If it is 3 o'clock. Let's see. We will certify the quorum, which all 5 of the board members are here, so they're certified. Proof of notice of the meeting, it actually went up the day before, it was up on the 17th, posted on the website and around the association. Approval of minutes from October 21st, 2013. Is there a motion to approve those minutes? And you guys obviously weren't here, so it would be.
So
Second?
I'll second it.
Motion carries. Treasurer's report, Walt.
Okay, for the 12-month period ended December 31st, 2015, we had a deficit, the budget of about $22,400, mainly due to pool upgrades, including the pavers, grounds maintenance and improvements. Those 2 items were most of it. There was also some overage in legal costs. And all of that was partially offset by savings of about $2,300 in general maintenance and other miscellaneous savings. At the present, or as of December 31st, there were no delinquencies in maintenance fees, and there was 1 unit in foreclosure, but the maintenance fees are being paid on that unit.
Do you guys have any questions? Anything else? Okay. One of the things that Gary had brought up was on the AR report, there are people that have various and assorted amounts in there, like $6, $21. A couple of them are biggies, which can be returned. $4, $3, $6. $2.52, Lord knows how the 52 cents got in there. And so the question was, what do we do with that stuff? Do we clean it up? Do we leave it? For years, going back, probably longer than I've been on the board, they've always been trying to get the AR cleaned up so that we don't have all these little loose things on there. Makes our bottom line look better, but it's not our money, it belongs to the unit owners. And some of I've talked to one today, and they said, no, just leave it on account, that's fine. I mean, it wasn't a huge amount, but they didn't care, they just said, leave it there, you might need it someday. I said, okay, fine. There's a couple where it looks like people made a maintenance payment, this was from last year, and just sort of forgot about it, and so they're current, but they're always like, there's still an extra $300 or $400 or whatever it is dollars in there, because I think they just forgot about it. And so, you know, that kind of thing probably would be nice to go back to the unit owner.
Right.
They could probably use it more than.
We should contact them anyway. If
And
they
that's-
wanna leave it, they can leave it. I mean, we don't want to discourage them leaving money.
Didn't we sort of determine that some of the small amounts were due to the small reductions in maintenance fee payments in the last 2 years? And then people paid the previous year's amount, so they are actually $5 or $7 or whatever dollars over, and that's what created those small amounts.
Right. So I think what, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what Resource likes to do is if it's under, what, $5?
The way they generally treat it is, and if the board agrees to it, if it's $5 under, somebody owes you $5, you write it off. If it's $5 over, there's an overage in there and you write it off. It's like a wash for $5. If there's anything above that, then you go ahead and refund the money to the folks, or send them a letter saying they owe money. So this is basically the way it is. And there's really, well, there's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 small ones and one larger one. And the thing is, it just cleans up the balance sheet is basically what it does. And, you know, it's kind of what the board wants to do. They leave it there. If people want to leave it there, that's fine.
Do the people have the choice of, let's say you owed Pam $3.50, and she said, does she have the choice of getting it if she wants it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think we should contact them all and find out what they want.
Why don't we contact and give them the options you talked about?
Yeah.
You know, if
Just
it's
what
over
you're
$5,
at.
it would be prudent just to let it wash rather than have the expense of processing a check and all this stuff. But if it's over that, if you'd like it refunded, fine, if you'd like to just leave it on your account for future.
You can subtract off next month.
Subtract it, whatever,
Donate to the women's club.
and then,
That's a really good suggestion.
Are you on your choice?
Well, I mean, $5, $4.
No, I'm serious,
Donate
that's a really good suggestion.
it to the women's club.
Yeah, well, some of these are quite large, like $400.
Well, that's different,
Yeah.
you know, I wouldn't say.
No, just the $5.
Oh, I can say donate,
That's a good idea to put it to social.
Contact the ones that are over $10, and the rest is.
You went with the big bucks, huh?
Yeah, don't bother me for $10. I might be paying my name.
Absolutely, absolutely.
300 or 400.
And,
Just
I
over.
think Kathy did, but I mean, she's got the rest.
yeah, I got you.
Oh.
Will you, Jerry, do others? Okay. All right, anything else on the treasury report?
Make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Community council. We always try to do these board meetings after the community council meeting, which we are doing. And, wasn't a real exciting council meeting this month. Just a couple things, one of the guys in Dogwood had, this isn't the first time it's been brought up, but he wanted to get a color consultant in here and change the colors of all the doors. To which the council has no jurisdiction over that anyway, it's up to the individual circles. But he was, and pretty much, it's not gonna go anywhere. I mean, you spend money on a color consultant, unless you start changing the colors of the buildings as well, I don't think it's gonna go very many places. And I'm not sure in our documents, it's either 75% or 100% of people we have to agree, or 80%, excuse me, 80%. And I doubt that's ever gonna happen, so.
And they were afraid somebody was gonna paint their buildings pink or green or yellow or chartreuse.
Right. We went through this several years ago with the council where, and wound up having to go, before the party would back down, we had to have, several attorneys involved. And because this individual decided that he was going to make it where we all had to be just like Cedar Woods. And nobody liked Cedar Woods, so they put it there. And besides which, they're only 5 years old and they've already started falling apart. So, they now realize that it is up to the individual circles. And then, let's see, new lights on Park Boulevard. The lights were not lasting long, they were burning out, the ones that are illuminating as you come in and go out. And so I did see Harvey and somebody, sorry, yeah, go ahead.
The regular lights out there were the type of a light you have to use gloves in order to put the light bulbs in. Because the minute you put your oil from your skin on there, the $15 bulb is gonna glow just like that. The council looked at replacing the two lights that are the entrance and the exit signs. And Harvey replaced them. There was a problem with, they were like $40 a piece. Okay, Harvey replaced them, he had a problem with it, and they brought somebody in to fix the problem, and as of this morning, the lights are working. Okay, so that's the only thing that I can say.
Okay, I didn't know about the problem, so all I saw was him changing after
He couldn't get them working, so.
There was going to be, at one of the previous meetings, it was decided that we get 1 or 2 people from each circle to get together and discuss the further improvements for the plants and stuff on Garden Drive. I think, Charlotte, aren't you, okay, you're meeting sometime at the end of the month or something? Okay.
This week.
This week, okay. So, we should be hearing what you guys' plans were for flowers and all that. And then we'll take it from there. That's pretty much all of the council report, that's enough. It was a pretty boring meeting this time.
It was a waste of time.
It was.
That's
Let's
a
see.
good last one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've never been to a council meeting, you owe it to yourself to go to one.
Go to one, you won't go to another one.
Okay, new business. This is mostly because we have new board members. Last year, we had established a 3-minute rule for speaking on agenda items during a board meeting. During a members' meeting, it does not pertain, but during a board meeting. So, again, mostly for you guys, we're just going to re-ratify the 3-minute rule, if there is a motion.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, somebody else?
So moved.
Right.
Second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's pretty easy. All right, placing reserve funds in CD or money market account. We've been talking about this, we talked about this at the budget meeting, we've been talking about it from time to time. Right now, our reserves are just sitting in a cash account. And Gary had suggested, and that's what we're gonna talk about, placing these in a CD. Why don't you talk about everything?
I was just looking at, basically, you can't get much information much for CDs right now. The C1 bank, where you have your bank account, if you put a CD in there, they'll give you 1.6%. Doesn't sound like a lot of money, but if you put $60,000 or $70,000 in there, it's gonna be a few $100s between that 0.5% that you're getting in one. And they allow you to break it one time, so you're just getting the extra money for nothing, really, is what it is. You can use the money anytime you really want it, so that seems to be the best plan from what I talked with the bank on it.
Is that once a year they can break it, or is it?
One time.
One time, and what's the length of the CD?
I think it's 15 months or 18 months, isn't it, on the bottom? It's pretty short.
Year and a half, too long.
Yeah, and interest rates are gonna climb next year, but who knows when? If the economy's not moving it forward, the interest rates are gonna stay low.
It's
They're
been low
guaranteed.
for some time now.
It's guaranteed, but it'll, the difference between, if you have $100,000, that's $500 per year, $100,000 at 1% is $1,000, so you make an extra $500 for the year, and it's still extra money in your treasury. Since it's just sitting there, reserve money's just sitting there.
I can't say it.
What is the rating of the bank?
1.1.
No, I
what's the
know
rating of the
that.
bank?
The solvency of the bank.
Oh, geez, I don't know that.
Bauer Financial, I think it's a 3.5 star. You don't wanna, or a
I
half,
don't
it's not
honestly
worth
know
it for
that.
that. Honestly, you gotta know that to make an informed decision. So put Bauer.com on or whatever, or bankrate.com. You want a 5-star bank when you've got other people's money pool. You're gonna take less money, but if they get bought out, what they guaranteed you is out the window anyway. They write the rules different. Just a thought. I don't care what you do with it, but it's just a thought. We won't deal with anything that isn't 5 stars.
Well, they're all insured for $100,000 by FDIC,
Yeah, but
so
they
you
got
never lose
100.
your money anyway.
Yes, you do. Well, first of all, I think who's insuring it,
You lose $250.
FDIC,
No, it's 250,000, not 100,000.
Oh, okay.
yeah. And per account, they'll label them any ways you want. Are we talking over $1 million here?
No, God.
Well, I don't know.
I wish.
I don't
We're talking about $70,000.
Oh, okay, so, all right, I'd say, yeah, well, we could all just go to Hard Rock too and see what we
That's
can do.
right.
Put it all down on
But I'm
there.
not a good gambler. But, no, seriously, you wanna know that when you get other people's money funded, but I think they've got, when you say FDIC insurance, remember they got 104 years from the date they go
Yeah, I know,
insolvent
I know.
to pay you
Well, let's
back.
put it this way, we had CDs for years and years and years. We leave it all in the bank where we have our accounts
Yeah,
for simplicity purposes more
yes,
than anything else.
right.
You start moving it from, taking it out of C1 and then putting it into a different bank, and then you're moving it around. I mean, what we do with our own personal accounts is one thing, but it's
Right.
really hard and takes
Sure.
time to start moving them back and forth and tracking the rates and.
Oh, I thought he was talking about changing us to a different bank.
No.
Oh, we're staying in the same.
Yeah, yeah.
70,000, I wouldn't
They
worry.
just a special
Yeah.
program for CD or.
That only breaks
business
down to
users.
what, not even 2,000.
Business.
We'll take our 2
There.
What the hell?
Condo associations and business only, is that what it's for, this rate?
This rate is, I don't know that, I don't know what their personal rates are, this is for condominium associations. You know, they have two different rates for home bank, for your home personal life, and associations or businesses, they always separate these things out. And some banks will take, some banks will take association money, so it depends on who you're dealing with, but this is the bank where you have all your money now.
That's fine.
So, what do you guys think?
So should we do it? I think we should do it. Why not make the money?
Throw the money away if you don't do it.
If we break it once a year, you just lose the interest, that's all.
You don't even lose your interest, if you break, it's a clean break, you get whatever interest you paid, they don't penalize you.
Oh,
Penalty.
If you do it more than once, then.
No, if you didn't, well, you break it and then you start a new CD.
Right.
You start all over.
And I don't know that we would want to tie up all our reserves in CDs, but if we have some going, then.
Sounds better than not.
You got $150,000 now with reserves.
Right. Well, let's hear a motion.
Well, first, how much do you wanna do is the
I
critical
was gonna
question.
say, why not do 2/3 of it? 50,000.
Round it up to 100, put 100 in the CD, keep the rest in there.
Because you're gonna, I don't know if next year's your paint or the year after you paint.
Yeah, we
so.
put it out 2 years.
2 years.
Okay, so you're good. 100,000?
You wanna make that motion?
Yes, I would make a motion that we put 100,000 of our reserves in the CDs at the rate of 1.6%.
I'll second it.
Now, these reserve accounts are the accumulation of all of them?
Yeah.
You have one reserve account that has $150,000, 150,000.
I thought there was a reserve for the pool and the roof.
There is.
There is.
But
That's the line items where you put the money into that. You don't put a separate account for each one of these when you go to your bank. Your bank, that money is sitting in a big pool there.
Okay.
You come back to your balance sheet, you know you will have 30 for your pool, 20 for your roofs, or whatever it is from the line, and you draw it out of that pool.
Need a vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. You take care of that, Terry? Okay, pool umbrellas. Our umbrellas are past bad. They cannot be repaired any longer. They're filthy, and if you start cleaning them, they look like they're gonna just start falling apart. We had talked about doing new umbrellas. I wanted to wait until everybody was back down here. I had a couple samples in here. Some people said they were okay. I didn't particularly like them, but now that everybody's here, if there's one or two people, I was hoping that the ladies club would go off and look at these umbrellas, but the ladies club is having problems this year with illnesses and people can't be here, and it's unfortunate, but, and I think, somebody, George and somebody else, was it you? No, it's somebody else. That volunteered. Well, I know they looked at one, but I mean, they had volunteered to go around.
Oh, I volunteered to help out.
If anybody would like to be part of that, I mean, this isn't rocket science stuff. I mean, you can get them either really cheap and replace them every couple of years, or you can spend the bucks and hopefully they'll last a long time. The ribs on these, most all of these are all broken right now.
Them are about 12 years old, by the way.
Are they really?
Yeah.
You get your money's worth out of it.
Oh, we did.
Yeah,
Everybody's told me that.
I have a question. Did you look at the market umbrellas?
Yeah.
You're
That's what it
thinking
was,
about,
it's the market, yeah. They had them up at Sam's and at. I think,
exactly.
Lowe's. Yeah.
They were really on sale. They were,
They were great, but it was during the summer and
and
I
it
wasn't.
will bring the whole place up.
Yeah,
That
I wasn't
looks
comfortable with making that decision myself, so, because I'd make a wrong decision, no matter what it was, and, so I wanted to wait until everybody's here, and of course, they don't have them right now. I think they're probably gonna start.
Maybe
having-
we should wait a few months.
Probably, but I wanna start getting somebody interested in, instead of just having, somebody from the board doing it or whatever, somebody that has some artistic.
They were really beautiful and the price was great.
Oh, the price was wonderful.
Mhm.
In fact, Elmwood got theirs at
So they got 4 umbrellas now.
Lowe's, I think, and they were really inexpensive.
Yeah, like $89
Yeah.
a piece.
Yeah.
No, Ross had beautiful, my daughter got $39.99.
See, you
Yeah.
get one for the city.
And
Most
they're
of the ones that
absolutely
are-
gorgeous.
Yeah, but
But
most
that
of the
was
ones there, cheaps in the,
Oh, no,
not
they
the type that crank up.
Huh?
They're a push-up, and
Yeah.
a lot of old people here that can't push that
Oh,
thing
no,
up. and
no,
put their
this
feet
had the crane, cause she's got one on her patio, yeah.
Are they,
Are they
They don't
7
have it,
foot,
this was
8
like
foot?
at the end of the season, I'm sure they don't even have them.
yeah, most places won't. But there's a difference between the market umbrellas and this kind of umbrella and that kind of umbrella and,
But don't you go.
You know what you want. Why don't you go and find the price and get it?
well, when I go to places, I look, just to see if I can see something and I'll take a picture on my phone, but Sam's hasn't had them, I don't go to Costco.
Don't they
We've
have
been to
commercial?
Sam's, we've been to Home Depot, we've looked at umbrellas. The umbrellas run anywhere from $89 to $149 a piece.
Commercial.
These are commercial.
These are the ones that are specifically made commercially.
These are
They have
commercial
the
umbrellas.
patio
Yeah.
stores and stuff.
Well, you go to the patio
Oh,
stores,
yes.
you're gonna be
One of my
looking,
ladies that I did her hair, she owned the store that does the patio furniture and,
we
That's the
looked at the
sample
ones
I
at the
had out here.
patios, and they were between 400 to
Yep.
600 bucks.
Yeah,
Forget it.
but they're made to last a long time, aren't they?
well, these last 12
These
years.
lasted 12 years.
for that much money.
But
Okay,
here's the
so,
deal, Cindy, we don't have that kind of money.
We don't have that kind of money
No, we
to spend.
can't.
So-
What about Amazon or somebody online?
Could be, but then you don't get to see them, I mean, unless there's some place that is carrying that thing, and it's hard, I mean, you know, the option is to have blue and white again, but I think like the ones I saw at Sam's were all one color, you know, which, there's nothing wrong with that, it's,
Elmwood buys umbrellas every single year. They buy the cheapest ones that they can get,
throw them away.
okay? At the end of the year, they throw them away and put brand new ones up. And they spend about $89 a piece.
right?
So,
What did those ones run up by where we lived at the lakes? Remember they looked like thatched roofs? Yeah.
Oh, you're talking
They're-
bucks for those.
I
we
can't
looked
have
at
that.
them.
Well, not you, but,
Just go ahead and find what you want and
People go
And look,
that's what I'm trying to get to.
out and then,
Report back.
report back, make a recommendation and say, here's 2 or 3 alternatives, if you don't like this recommendation, and go on with it.
Take some pictures, who's ever gonna go out, take pictures when you do them, and then.
And like I said, when I see them, I've been taking pictures, but it was early in the summer, and they're not there anymore. I mean, I even looked on Sam's online, and they don't have them, they didn't
I
have
can
them.
email you those vendors, you had the vendor,
Yeah,
vendor,
that
had either
vendor.
$170 or $180 they were
Yeah.
in that area.
He's weird, Gary. He's very weird.
He sold a lot of umbrellas.
Oh,
that's
that
what
does.
I'm saying. He does.
He left that sample here for, I can't tell you how many months. But only a
That's
couple of
his way of
people
running a
did,
business.
I guess. All right, so we don't need to do this at the board meeting, we can just talk to a couple people and we'll look. Yearly roof maintenance, again, this is mostly for you guys. For the past 5-6 years, we have, been having our roofer do roof maintenance. In fact, we started this in March of 2009. The cost is $52.50 per man hour, per building, not to exceed $550 per building. And, it does extend, contrary to what happened this summer, it was an extraordinarily rainy summer, it has extended the life of our roofs. So it's back up again, of course, it's a new year, and so
what was our last expense on doing that?
it was like
2,000 and something? like
yeah, per building.
2,000 something per building?
I think the old was
no.
6,000.
500 building. You wanna figure $3,000.
Yeah, $2,500, $3,000, so it's not like.
Now, do they do anything, or do they just look?
Oh, no. They spend a couple days here.
Oh, okay, they do make some repairs.
Oh, yeah.
They patch and they
Yeah, they
drill
do,
holes and look for holes.
especially along the drip edges and that.
And every year they find something.
We have the money to pay for that.
It comes from the roofers.
It comes from there.
Well, based on the fact that these roofs are getting pretty old and we'd like to extend them for a while, that, I think it's probably a good idea to go ahead and do it. I don't
The
know.
roofs were put on in '99, so yeah, you know, doing it this way, it should give us another, who knows? I mean, there's no way to know for sure,
50
but,
years old, and
yeah. You know, like what happened on Moshe's building on F
That
building.
was not the roof,
It
that
was
was
not
the
roof,
wall.
It was the stucco, you know,
Uh-huh.
but we didn't know that. Now, we did have an issue over here on,
Longer.
yeah, on Norman's, we remedied that, and that was because that particular one is flat on the roof, the drain. And it just got backed up with leaves and was just real bad. That's been fixed, hopefully that won't happen again.
Well, they also increased the size of the downspout.
Yeah, yeah, that's that
To
ugly
take the
brown
water-
thing that's
The
coming down.
water away.
Right,
It looks like 2937 you guys paid last year.
Okay.
20 amperes, so that's not right.
Does this have anything to do with the mansard?
No, no,
They
no,
don't,
no,
they don't even look at it.
no, oh no,
Just strictly the roof.
Just strictly the roof.
roofers don't do mansards. Well, not this group of roofers. So, up to you guys.
Want to make a motion?
Go ahead, Dick, I need.
I make a motion that we have the maintenance on the roofs done.
I second it.
I put in there, funds to, from,
Funds to be taken from the reserve
Right.
for
Roof
building.
reserve.
You want to do this in March, you want to do it
Yeah.
probably before the rainy season?
Yeah.
March or
That's when they do it every year. And, I've got their agreement, thank you. Okay, that is it for the agenda. We're going to go ahead and adjourn, and then we will take any comments or questions from the audience that you'd like. Is there a motion to
Make a
adjourn?
motion.
Second? All in favor?
All right.
Motion carries. We are adjourned at
227.
3:27.
327.
See you.